ألف لام را تلك آيات الكتاب المبين
الحمد لله الذي هدانا وجعلنا من المسلمين الصلاة والسلام على أشرف المرسلين Sayyidina Muhammadin sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Welcome to the program Key to the Quran, also known as Miftahul Quran, and of course we continue with Surah Yusuf on ITV. And we know Surah Yusuf is the 12th chapter of the Quran, and this is series part YA number 6, and of course we did YA number 5, and today or right now we continued verse number 23. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. I seek refuge in Allah from Satan the accursed. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. I begin in the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful. وَرَاوَدَتْهُ الَّتِي هُوَ فِي بَيْتِهَا عَنْ نَفْسِهِ. And she, one who he was in a house, sought to seduce him against himself. وَغَلَّقَتِ الْأَبْوَابَ وَقَالَتْ هَيْتَ لَكَ. And she bolted the door and cried out, "Come you unto me." Now, we know now that Hazrat Yusuf alayhi salam was bought by the Aziz, that is a nobleman, and as he grew up into a handsome young man, this is what exactly happened in the last episode. We were showing you how that this nobleman's wife tried to seduce him, as we see, seduce him against himself. And then one that particular incident, one she did was, as he was in that room, she came in there, or she was already there, he came in, and وَغَلَّقَتِ الْأَبْوَابِ, and she bolted and fastened the door, and what she did, وَقَالَتْ, and she cried out, هَيْتَ لَكَ, come unto me, O Yusuf. قَالَ مَعَاذَ اللَّهِ إِنَّهُ رَبِّي أَحْسَنَ مَثْوَايَ إِنَّهُ لَا يُفْلِحُ الظَّالِمُونَ. قَالَ مَعَاذَ اللَّهِ إِنَّهُ رَبِّي أَحْسَنَ مَثْوَايَ إِنَّهُ لَا يُفْلِحُ الظَّالِمُونَ. قَالَ, imagine Yusuf alayhi salam turned round with all the opportunities, and it became a test for him. قَالَ, he said, or he cried out in protest, Ma'az, the refuge, Allahi, Ma'az Allahi, this is idafa, genitive construction. Innahu, surely he, inna he, Rabbi, Rabb. Now this Rabb, actually he is referring to the Aziz, that is the nobleman who had so generously kept him in his house, and with the intention of that he benefit him, that Yusuf benefit them both, husband and wife, or as he says, نَتَّخِذَهُ وَلَدًا, or we adopt him as a son. This is Ya, is mine, Rob, referring to the Aziz or the nobleman. Ahsana is a verb, is a fourth form verb. Ahsana means he made good, right, or he made goodly. Ahsana, that is referring to the nobleman. Maswa is stay, Ya is my stay, referring to Yusuf alayhi salam. Innahu, surely he, la, not. Yuflihu is a fourth form verb. Aflaha yuflihu, like aslama yuslimu. Yuflihu, he prospers or he succeeds. Az-zalimuna, al, of course, is the zalim from zalama, wrongdoer, unjust, oppressor. So now, Qala, Yusuf said, Ma'azallahi, I seek refuge of Allah, oh refuge of Allah. Innahu Rabbi ahsana maswaya, surely he, my Lord, made goodly my stay. Imagine, in other words, he did not want to be ungrateful to the great nobleman who had kept him like his own child there in the house. Innahu la yuflihu zalimun. Surely the wrongdoers, az-zalimuna, do not prosper or do not succeed. Now you can see that the nobility and the spiritual, what you call the great, what you call standard of Yusuf alayhi salam, being the child and descendant of Hazrat Ibrahim alayhi salam, the son of Yaqub, and being brought up in that environment of prophethood, that how he was so appreciative and he refused to actually accede to the demands of the woman. وَلَقَدْ هَمَّتْ بِهِ وَهَمَّ بِهَا لَوْلَا أَن رَأَىٰ بُرْهَانَ رَبَّهُ وَلَقَدْ هَمَّتْ بِهِ وَهَمَّ بِهَا لَوْلَا أَن رَأَىٰ بُرْهَانَ رَبِّهِ. Wa and laqad, la is of course indeed, laqad indeed, verily. Hammat, hamma, he desired, hammat, she desired, that is the wife of the nobleman Al-Aziz, she desired him. Now you see the hamma is always goes with the be, so that be is part of the verb hamma, he meaning him. Wa and hamma, he desired, biha, her. Now you can imagine what is the situation here. Law, had not, and that, ra'a, he saw, or he within himself he visualized, burhana, he saw what, you ask the question, what, he saw what, burhan means the proof, the evidence, it is accusative, right, burhana, rabbihi, of course that of is of, and he is his Lord. Now, laula, you see, walaqad hammat bihi wa hamma biha, and she desired him, and he desired her. Can you imagine now what a situation Yusuf alayhi salam is in, that he, as a human being, what was his reaction when this woman came up to him and said, haytalak, come on to me. She bolted the door. There was nobody but the two, right? And that, what happened, it was the natural thing, wa hamma biha, and he also desired her, laula arra'a burhana rabbihi, had not that he saw the evidence of his Lord. This is where the greatness, that is Yusuf alayhi salam as a super morally upright person, shows us that in spite of his human nature, he actually fought the temptation on the basis that it was against Burhana Rabbihi, against the moral teachings of his Lord, that is of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And this is where the greatness of Yusuf comes in, that he fought the temptation on the basis that it was wrong. And this is a very great credit to Nabi Yusuf alayhi salam. كَذَلِكَ لِنَصْرِفَ عَنْهُ السُّوءَ وَالْفَحْشَاءَ إِنَّهُ مِنْ عِبَادِنَا الْمُخْلِصِينَ. كَذَلِكَ لِنُصْرِفَ عَنْهُ السُّوءَ وَالْفَحْشَاءَ إِنَّهُ مِنْ عِبَادِنَا الْمُخْلِصِينَ. كَذَلِكَ, Allah is talking about in this way. Can you imagine that having passed such a mighty test on the orders, that it was not in favor, not pleasing to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Kadhalika, Allah says, thus in this way, linasrifa, so that, or in order that, right, nasrifa, right, sarafa, yasrifu, na, of course, na means we may ward off, anhu, from him, that is from whom? From Yusuf alayhi salam, as-su'a, the evil, right, the evil. Can you imagine what a great temptation and what a test, that in spite of all his human desires, he fought it just on the basis that it was not pleasing to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, as-su'a wa wal fahshaha. Now you see what he did. Su, that is the evil, wa and al fahsha, that indecent or immoral acts. So he was succeeded, Allah did ward off. Innahu, surely he is min, among ibadina. What is ibad? Ibad is servants, is a plural of abdun, right? Abdun, ibadun, and we know, for instance, we can also translate this ibad as devotees, a devoted person, na of our, that is Allah is talking about our, al-mukhlisina, al is the akhlasa, yukhlisu, mukhlisun, this is ism fa'il, that is one who does the action, and that is sincere. So what we find here, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is trying to tell us that by going through this very, very great test. Now can you imagine the scene? Can you imagine what Yusuf alayhi salam went through it? Look at the scene here, right? He grows up into this house. He's being especially favored by the Al-Aziz, the noble man, and then as he grows up into a very handsome person, and we know we always talk about the beauty of Yusuf, Husna Yusuf. So can you imagine how the woman was enchanted by him, right? How she actually had all the desires for him. And finally, what exactly happened was that she bolted the door. And this is a very, very great thing. It shows that Yusuf alayhi salam is indeed a super morally upright person. And of course, we shall continue after a short break. And just to remind you, you are watching ITV's program, Miftahul Quran.
ألف لام را تلك آيات الكتاب المبين ألف لام را تلك آيات الكتاب المبين.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome back to the program Miftahul Quran, also known as Key to the Quran, and of course you are watching ITV, and it is really has moved me, this particular incident, to show. Just before the break we were talking about how Nabi Yusuf alayhi salam, he was tempted, and as she bolted the door, and the Quran tells us وَحَمَّدْ بِهِ وَحَمَّ بِهَا, that she desired him and he desired her also, but he controlled his great desires. This is the greatness of the great super morally upright Hazrat Yusuf alayhi salam. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us, كَذَلِكَ لِنَصْرِفَ عَنْهُ السُّوءَ وَالْفَحْشَاءِ, thus it was that we may ward off the evil and the indecency. It was a test for the evil and the indecency from him. Innahu min ibadin al-mukhlisin, surely he is, or he was, among our sincere servants. Can you imagine the title now Allah is giving him, that he is ibadin al-mukhlisin, that our sincere servant, because he imagine the door was locked, there was nobody there, right? He could have carried on, he could have enjoyed himself, but then at the same time he realized two ways, that Allah was not happy and he could not be ungrateful to the nobleman who had done so much favors to him. وَاسْتَبَقَ الْبَابَ وَقَدَّتْ قَمِيصَهُ مِنْ دُبُرٍ وَأَلْفَيَا سَيِّدَهَا لَدَى الْبَابِ وَاسْتَبَقَ الْبَابَ وَقَدَّتْ قَمِيصَهُ مِنْ دُبُرٍ وَأَلْفَيَا سَيِّدَهَا لَدَى الْبَابِ. And now imagine, right, after he had refused, and they must have heard the footsteps of somebody coming in, and istabaqa. Now this is what is, this is a 10th form verb, istabaqa, that alif sin ta. You see, alif sin ta is a sign that it is a 10th form verb. Istabaqa means to run, to race, to vie with each other. Istabaqa, and of course this alif, you notice this alif means dual. They both, istabaqa, they both raced, right? Al-baba. Now you see al-baba, the fatha shows it is an adverb of place. Where did they run? To. Al, of course, is the, bab is the door. They raced to the door. as they raced to the door, of course, by that time, right, wa and qadda, qadda, he rent or tore, you see, qaddat she, that is the lady, she rent. Qamisahu, she rent what? Ask the question, what? Qamisa is in accusative, right? Qamisahu, that is his tunic, his garment, his shirt, whatever you can translate, but I feel qamisa, tunic is a common word. Qamisahu, his tunic. Now as they are racing, so what did she do? Min from duburin. See, min is preposition, therefore we count that in a genitive case, from behind. And as they race, she grabbed him and she rent the rear part of his clothes. Wa alfa, ya alfa, they met, right, or they found. Alfa, ya, you see again it's in a dual, alfa, ya, that is they both Yusuf and the lady, they both met. Whom did they meet? Ask that met whom? You ask the question, whom did they meet? Sayyida, you see the accusative. Sayyida, her husband or her master. Lada, near, right. Al-Baba, see Lada is preposition. Al-Babi, meaning near the door. So now what happened? Now she thought now in a very, very split second that I have to make a plan. Because the door was bolted and the master was there. He'll want to know what is happening here and all that thing. So immediately she thought out a plan. Wastabaq al-baba, and they both raced to the door. وَقَدَّتْ قَمِيصَهُ مِنْ دُبُرٍ, and she thought now, as she heard the footsteps of somebody coming possibly, so she thought I got to build up a defense quickly, and she rent his tunic, tore the tunic from behind. وَأَلْفَيَا سَيِّدَهَا لَدَى الْبَابِ, and they both met her husband near the door. Now is a problem now, because the both are there and they are inside, and the husband will be wondering why the door is locked up, and she immediately starts in a defense. Right, in the defense, min duburin, qalat ma jaza'u man arada bi ahlika su'an illa an yasjuna aw azabun alim. Qalat ma jaza'u man arada bi ahlika su'an illa an yusjana aw azabun alim. Qalat, she cried out. You can imagine her words in self-defense. Right, qalat. Ma, what? Mat, of course, is a interrogative. What? Jaza, punishment. You see, notice jaza, when it is for a good work, we'll translate it as reward. For an evil thing, we'll translate it as punishment. Or a common word, we can say recompense. Ma jaza uman, for one who arada yuridu. Arada, right? Arada. Now you see, he desires. Arada. You know, we talk about irada. Arada, wishes, desires, wills, arada. Bi ahlika, bi is of course with. Bi is preposition, and therefore ahli is in a genitive. And you know, ahal means family, people, right? Ideological group, right? And company, whatever you want to. Ahlika, ka referring to the master, that is the Aziz of Misr, with your family. Su'an, evil. Now you notice one thing, we always said that whenever you have a double fatha on a hamza, right, or you do not have an alif. Otherwise, whenever you write a double fatha, you must have an alif. Except on a hamza, you do not write an alif, and the round feminine ta, you do not write an alif. But this is a unique exception, su'an. You see, because you got to read, because it is followed by illa. Illa, except, and that. Yusjana, sajana, yasjunu. Now this yusjana is a passive, that he be imprisoned. He be imprisoned or sent to jail. Or azabun, a punishment, alimun. You see, azabun, alimun. Can you see the noun and the adjective? A painful, Right, so now immediately she's got to work in a defense, sharp, quickly. As she saw the husband approaching, قالت ما جزاء من أراد بأهلك سوءا. She cried out, what is the punishment for one who desired evil with your family? إلا أن يسجن أو عذاب أليم, except that he be imprisoned or a painful punishment. Can you imagine, in self-defense, and she worked very, very fast. قال هي راودتني عن نفسي وشهد شاهد من أهلها. قال هي راودتني عن نفسي وشهد شاهد من أهلها. قال. What is قال? That is Yusuf alayhi salam tells in a simple way in his defense, without lies, in a straightforward way. Qala, he said, right, here, that is she, that is the noble woman, that is the wife of Al-Aziz, here she, rawadatni, rawada. You see, rawada, right, rawada, we would say this is actually form 3, like qatala, yuqatilu, rawada, yurawidu, right, that is reciprocal. Rawadat, you see, this is rawadat, feminine, she, right, she importuned me. Ni is me. Now you know that ya also means me. Ya also means me or my, but whenever you add it to a verb, we add a ni. We do not add ya to a verb because it's very difficult to read it. Rawadat ni. Now you see, importuned. I use the word importuned. What is importuned? To forcefully seduce and solicit somebody by force. That's what importune means. To forcefully solicit or sought to seduce, right, by force. That is importune. That's exactly what this wife, Imra'atul Aziz, did. She importuned me. And against myself, nafsi, against myself. She was importune, meaning forcefully solicit, forcefully seduce. That is importune, nafsi, myself, against myself. Wa shahida, shahada, right, shahida yashhadu. Shahida yashhadu, like samya yasma'u, bore witness. Right, shahidun, a witness or one who testifies. You see, this is ism fa'il, the noun that does the action. Min, among, ahliha, min is a preposition. So ahl is people, ha is her people. Now what happened is exactly was that qala, immediately he had to speak something in his defense. So what is qala hiya rawadatni an nafsi, he said, she sought to seduce me against myself. Wa shahida shahidun min ahliha, and a witness from among her household family bore witness. Right, as they were talking, so the witness, imagine, it's not happening within split second like the verse is going one after the other. It could have been so many minutes, 15 minutes later, and maybe half an hour later, a meeting is called, and this gentleman comes, and then he testifies, and of course, we shall continue. I'm sure it's getting very, very exciting now, and especially from the phone calls I'm repeating, I'm getting so many, and it's getting more and more exciting. And inshallah, we have come to the end of today's program. We shall continue in the next episode and find out exactly what did the witness say. And from my side, Yusuf and Johnny at the studio, shukran for watching. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Alif Lam Ra, tilka ayatul kitabil mubin, inna anzalnahu Qur'anan Arabiyyan la'allakum ta'qilun. Alif Lam